Hi, you guys. Welcome to another episode of Life with Twana. So, in today's episode, you will hear something a little different. I'm just going to talk to you today about life and some things that I have been pondering and dealing with, and some circumstances that I find really important. So, hang out with me for a little bit and let's chit chat. Leave your comments down below. Here we go. I always have to do this to make sure it's set up right. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. If I get this right. Alright, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. So, I'm vlogging today, as you can see. It's just kind of a new thing I'm trying. Just me kind of chilling out, vlogging life with Twana. I do a lot of different videos on my channel because I don't have, just one niche. And I've kind of been contemplating about, that, what's my niche? What's my niche? Everybody seems to think you just have to be, the one component on your channel. And I guess, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. I was like, should I make my channel just that one thing? When I started on YouTube a few years ago, I was like, I want to be a makeup vlogger. I want to talk about makeup and all that stuff. And then I found myself in ministry and I wanted to, teach people about the Bible and about different, things of life. And then so many things started happening to me, in my life, marriage, divorce, and a whole slew of health issues. And I started talking to people about, my life and tying in what I know to be true, just elements of the Bible, how they tie into my life. And then I used, planners as a way to remember things. Because one of the things I struggle with is migraines. And for some reason, you forget things. Anybody out there, if you struggle with migraines, sometimes you forget things, bits and pieces of your life. And it's good to have, something to write in, to kind of backtrack and go, look at that. And so I got tied in with the happy planner and all that. And then I was in this group on Facebook and one of the ladies said, you sound like a TN girl. I said, what's a TN? And she said, go to YouTube and look it up. And I found out TN stood for Traveler's Notebook. And I was like, love Traveler's Notebook. So, and then I discovered Periscope. I was looking on Instagram. And one of the ministers was like, find me on, Periscope. And it was a minister that I really liked. And I was like, what is Periscope? So I clicked on his link and I downloaded Periscope. And I was like, this is awesome. So I decided one day out of the clear blue to just, go to Periscope. And I met a lot of cool people on Periscope that, they like to craft. I'm not so much of a crafter, but, I loved Traveler's Notebooks. So I decided, I'm going to try to make my own, Traveler's Notebooks. And coincidentally, Traveler's Notebooks just kind of tied in with everything. I love to take pictures. I like to write. I like to memory keep. I like to jot down the scripture. I can use Traveler's Notebooks, at church, grocery shopping, whatever, And I'm like, this is that I can use something like Traveler's Notebooks, for any and everything, you know. And so even though I still have a couple of my happy planners, you know, I always go back to the Traveler's Notebook because that's what I love. You know, it's just, you can't go wrong in my eyes, you know, with the Traveler's Notebook. All different sizes, all different colors, and the fact that you can make them yourself, and I don't have to hole punch anything. I do have a couple of ring bound, you know, because they're pretty and I like them, and even though you do have to hole punch, you still can kind of, you know, make them your own, you know. It's not something I use every day. I don't really reach for them, but, you know, it is what it is. So I do have a couple of them, and, you know, I like them. But I find myself gifting the store-bought stuff to people or doing giveaways, you know, just because I like to make, you know, the Traveler's Notebooks. And so I was like, you know, I have to incorporate this, you know, some type of way into my channel. And so I'll do the hauls, you know, show myself shopping, you know, for things like stickers and all kinds of stuff, stamps, you know. And then that leads you to, you know, what you like. Stamping, washi tape, Post-it notes, pens, you know, different types of adhesive. What do you like to use, you know, when you're planning? And you go down a road of, you know, I bought this stuff and now I don't like it, I like something else, and you start, you know, giving away Happy Mail or selling stuff. And you have a house full of stuff that you're not using because you don't like it anymore, or you found out that, you know, well, I know other people are using it, but I don't really care for it. And so, you know, it's trial and error, trial and error. And it's the same thing with YouTube. Trial and error, you know. The thing with me in saying all of that is it's been a road of discovery for me, even with social media. For years, I love social media because I love talking to people, I love meeting new people, I love teaching people what I know. You know, I discovered about myself that I'm a natural born teacher. I'm a natural born leader, you know, and I had to learn how to be a follower so that I could learn from other people how to be better at the things that I know I was born to do. The things that got in my way, however, number one being my health, put me in a state of depression. And because of that, I ended up losing a lot of passion, I guess. I lost my passion for this, and I lost sight of everything. It was like, you know, it was almost like I know how to do stuff, but I forgot how to do stuff. And that will get you off track, and then you end up making yourself do stuff, and you almost think I'm not taking things seriously, but it's not that. It's just that other things take precedence over what you really wanted to do in the first place. I had to get healthy. So this year, even though, you know, it's only April, has just been crazy for me. I never thought that I would be sitting here in my hometown in my 40s, having gone through everything that I've gone through in my life. As a teenager, I had my life all set out. What I wanted to do, what I was going to do, I knew exactly, you know, what I wanted. My dream was always to sing, to model, to be a housewife, have 2 or 3 kids, and have this conglomerate of a business, to have my personal assistant, my bodyguards, my this, that, and I'm traveling and I'm, speaking and I'm doing radio and television and have a network and using the internet for that, And I found myself on that path. And I made a name for myself with Twanare Live, and I was the first black female to launch an actual internet channel to where I was, doing this and getting recognized for my work. And it was amazing, I was in the studio singing, doing everything I wanted to do. I was a member of Quad Cities Mass Choir. I had my, first child. And pregnancy was hard for me because I was sick and I didn't really know what the problem was. So pregnancy was hard for me. I couldn't carry a kid full term. My second daughter passed away. She didn't even live. She was a few days from being 3 months old. I was always sick. And it was just rough. It was hard. It was drooling. And I was like, why do I always have to fight for what I want? For other people, it seemed so easy. Everything was so easy. Why do I always have to fight? I just have to struggle or fight. I'm a good person. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug user. I'm a good person. I'm a giver. I do things for other people. What is this? Is somebody speaking against me? Am I cursed? Are people speaking curses on me? What is it? And I found out, just over a course of years, I was born with this sickle cell trait that happens to be active, and I had no idea that could even happen. And a hematologist had to tell me that. And I ended up going, through a lot of stuff for my blood. My immune system was like null and void. So, I still have to take vitamins and go see a hematologist and have these blood fusions, and, my body can't digest iron and all of this stuff. So I have to have fusions for all of this and, suffering with chronic migraine. And I, recall just going to the store and just having Tylenol or ibuprofen or acetaminophen or goody powders or, anything, thinking that, it was okay, because I would hear older people saying, oh, well, if you're going to work, you're going to hurt. So, in my mind, having all of this medication was normal, and it's not, but I wanted to work. I got my first job as a teenager, and then I went to college and ended up in cosmetology. And just you wake up, you take some medicine, you go to work, you pop some more medicine to make it through the day, and I'm suffering with all this stuff. And late 20s, early 30s, I get properly diagnosed. I start with all of these, treatments, and then, I end up with more health issues, and then more health issues, and then more health issues. And finally, someone says, you should really try for disability, because you take a lot of medication and you shouldn't even be working with some of the medication you take. And that started when I was in Houston trying to get disability, and denial after denial after denial. And I would say maybe 3 to 4 years ago, my parents were like, get an attorney, get a lawyer. So I go. I get the lawyer. He does nothing. And here it is a couple of years later. I have yet another attorney, because the first attorney didn't do anything. And I'll probably have to go through, going to court again and, doing all this jumping through hoops or whatever. Meanwhile, I've had, 2, 3 surgeries, hysterectomy, which I knew I couldn't have any more kids anyway. And I've always had cycles that were just the worst. I have never in my life known anybody to have monthly cycles as bad as me. Never. Blood clots, having to go get blood in the emergency room almost every month, almost bleeding to death, cycles that last for a month, and, all because of this sickle cell trait and being, so anemic that you have to get blood and blood transfusions and iron and folic acid and just, constantly pumped into your system, and then finding out you have gastroparesis, so you don't digest food properly, so you have to get a nutritionist and you have to get a GO doctor, and then you find out that your ovaries are defective and you have these ovarian cysts, and then you find out that your first hysterectomy was botched, and so now you have endometriosis, and a year later you have to have a whole nother hysterectomy. And it's just thing after thing after thing. And then this year, kidney failure. And I thought, it was just a little, my kidneys weren't functioning right. And then I go see the specialist and they tell me, no, your kidneys weren't working at all. And I was suffering. And my medical doctor didn't even notice what was happening. And I was begging this woman, I know that something's wrong with me. I know how I feel. I know something's wrong with me. And it was like, I don't know if she wasn't listening to me, or she didn't care, or she didn't know what to do. It just stunned me that I'm sitting in this woman's office and all I got was more prescriptions. And I'm on gobs of medication. And if you guys have seen my vlogs, from back in the day, you've seen how much medication I would have to take every day. And it was just ridiculous. And it's like, I would sit in the bed and think, am I going to live? How long do I have to live? Are they going to let me die? How many doctors do I have to have? Why don't they pay attention to me? Why aren't they listening to me? Doctor after doctor after doctor. And it's like, I have real concerns, and I hate when people brush me off. Like, what is that? Is it because you don't know, or because you don't think it's serious? Even if you don't think it's serious, I'm a patient. Tell me that it's not serious then, or tell me what you think it sounds like, but don't just, smirk or just ignore me or act like you don't hear me. Take me seriously. And then some doctors act like it's a sin for you to say, look, I've already filed for disability. I can't even make it from my car, to my door. Or, when you see me so fatigued or so tired that I need a wheelchair to get into your office, and you don't even think that's weird, or you've never seen me in a wheelchair before, and you don't even say, what's going on? Why are you in a wheelchair today? What happened? You don't even offer me, a handicap sticker, or anything. You're just like it's normal. It's weird. And again, I find myself having to fight for stuff. And it's just like everything seems so easy for everybody else. And I just have to fight and argue for everything, every little thing that seems so easy for everybody else. I have to fight for it. And I don't know if it's because, I try to have a positive outlook on everything, because I do. I'm usually always smiling, always laughing, always having a good outlook, a good positive, always encouraging other people, always encouraging myself, trying to be strong, trying to be, the better person. But everybody has a breaking point. Everybody. Even me. And I'm just like, OMG. And then there's some things that, you don't want to talk about. There are things that are going on right now in my family that other people have to deal with. And I'm just like, I hate it for them. I know what they're going through, like for real. Even though I may not have gone through the exact same thing, but I know what you're going through. I completely understand. Because I'm just in a never-ending cycle of the same type of stuff. So I get it. I understand, and I hate it for you, and I feel for you. But sometimes you feel like, who feels for me? And all these people that claim that they're on your side and they're your friend when you're happy and you're out and about and, you're doing stuff together. But then when you get sick or when you're fatigued or when you need somebody, it's like everybody just disappears in the thin air. They don't even pick up the phone to call you, like nobody's there. It's just like going back to the social media thing. Everybody wants to be your friend on Facebook or wherever, especially Facebook. But as soon as, you say that you're sick or you're down or I wish somebody would bring me some soup or something, they'll pray for you they'll do the Facebook prayer. But, is anybody really going to bring you the soup? Is anybody going to pick up your prescriptions? How many times have I asked people, just subscribe to my channel, just support me on YouTube. I didn't ask you for any money. I didn't ask you for anything. Just support me. I want to just tell my story. I just want to vlog. I just want to talk. I just want to vent. You would think that I'm asking for $1 million. That is so difficult for somebody to just go to your YouTube channel and just click subscribe. But you'll listen to me all day on Facebook, or you'll just want to be my friend just to see what I'm talking about or just to be nosy, but will never, subscribe to your channel or would never like your Facebook page. I just want to be your friend on Facebook and, talk to you there. It is just so weird how people interact with you. It is so weird that even you would want to be my friend on Facebook but not even speak to me in person. I find stuff like that weird. So when it comes to social media, I found myself not wanting to even associate with anybody on Facebook. And then Facebook, they're having all these issues and all these problems with security and stuff. So I let it go. I was like, I don't even want to deal with Facebook, because if I'm going through something and I don't put it on Facebook, then I get, inboxes. How come you didn't tell me you were sick? This, that, and the other. What? If I tell you I'm sick, what's that going to change? What are you going to do? At the very least, show up to my funeral if I die. Because everybody loves a good funeral, right? And I'm not joking. Like, I'm not kidding. I had some people come to my bedside when I was in the hospital when I had kidney failure. Mostly family. A few friends, mostly family. And that was supportive. That made me feel like, I did touch some people's lives. Some people do care about me. And I thought that was really nice. And it kind of makes you see, who really thinks about you. There are some people who are really thinking about you. You may not see them every day. You may not talk to them every day. But somebody's thinking about you. So that makes you feel really good. And I was like, okay, all right. I see who's there. I see who's not. I see who's, who has me in their heart. But it's just really the way people interact. And see, for me, I took some counseling classes. I got a degree. I'm a certified life coach. And I did a lot of studying online. I did some classes, in college, on campus. But most of my degrees were online. Because it's really hard when you're sick, to go on campus and, get your your classes in and stuff like that. So I thank God for being able to be educated online. And that's another reason why I love to do stuff online, because it's just, to be able to teach people and to reach people online. I think the internet is just, great for that, because there are some people who want to be educated and can't get out of their homes and stuff. And there are some people who want to teach, like myself, and it would be super difficult, to go to a campus and actually, set yourself up in a classroom, and then you get sick and have to miss, you don't know how many days, because you don't know how long a migraine is going to last, or you don't know if your gastroparesis, or whatever, or your RA or your fibromyalgia is going to strike at any moment. You don't know. And so being able to do this on the internet is a blessing, because you have control over your schedule, and if something happens, at least you have a backup. You can pre-record things and then schedule them to go out when you need them to, and that's a blessing. It doesn't stop you, really, from reaching your goal. But man, when you really need people, you really need support, you will see who's there for you and who's not when you really need it. And I'm in awe. I'm amazed, because, I've really stuck my neck out, gone the distance. Some people say, I'm not going to jump through hoops. When you show that you care about other people more than you care about yourself, that's the hoop. And a light bulb went over my head early today, like this morning, and I was thinking about that. And I was like, that's the hoop that people don't want to jump through. When they say, I'm not going to jump through hoops in a relationship, whether it's friendship or family or a romantic relationship or a marriage. I'm not jumping through hoops for anybody. What they mean is, I don't really care about you enough. I don't care about this relationship enough. I'm not going to inconvenience myself. It's not that important. My relaxation is more than whatever you're talking about. I'm not going to my convenience, my level of convenience, and my level of, my comfort is way more important than what you're talking about. So I'm not going to inconvenience myself, and I'm not going to jump through hoops. And there are people and I guess I learned this from my mom. Even if she doesn't feel good, her back could be out of commission or whatever, she'll do stuff for you out of the goodness and kindness of her heart. And so I picked that up throughout the years. And I don't care if you have the flu or a hangnail. If you ask me to do something and it's within my power, even if I don't feel good and I can muddle through, I'm there for you, because I want people to treat me that same way. So this is how you teach people how to treat you. By being there. By being a woman or a man of your word. By being a human being of standard. And it just amazes me how you can constantly ask people to be there for you, or constantly ask people for the smallest of things. Not the big jumping through hoops, but just the smallest of things. And they act like you're asking for a lock of their hair, or you're asking for a kidney, which, thank God, I never had to ask anybody for a kidney, I don't know. I just had to get that off my chest. I just had to vent for a little bit today, because some things just really bother me. And this, I think, is the type of therapy I need sometimes, to just vlog about the things that really get on my nerves, or the things that really, it's in my head and I just need a release. That's the best therapy, because if you don't have a way to get things out, you don't have an outlet, you'll get stressed out. Your mind will just be cluttered up. And I really don't want that. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be so depressed that I can't do the things that I really want to do in life. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I do know that I like this. I like it because, like I said, it's an outlet, but also me talking about what I want to talk about and what I want people to know. It kind of wipes the gossip portion of life out. If I put myself out there, then you don't really have anything to talk about. You can't really put my gossip out there because there is nothing to gossip about. I'm telling my own truth. I'm telling my own story. You know, every day I think about, should I write a book? Should I write a book? This is so much easier to tell my own story, to tell my own truth. And now I see why people vlog. And it doesn't really matter. I don't have to take you to the post office with me. I don't have to take you to the mall with me. You know, I can sit in my living room or in my workspace or in my bed or whatever and just talk to you guys. And if you love me, if you love it, great. And if you don't, it's still great because it helps me. And I got to give a shout out to Miss Tweet 37, Shauna, because I took a page out of her book and I said, you know what? She said, this is a very unique type of therapy. It is. It really is. To vlog and say what you want to say and just get everything out in the open and talk to you guys about real life. Because I'll tell you something. When you enter the life of ministry, people expect you to be perfect. They don't expect ministers to have anything wrong because we know God and we serve God, and people have a certain criteria for us to walk a fine line, and we're still human beings. We still have our problems and our issues, and not every minister is not the same. There's a fivefold ministry, and all of us are different, and all of our callings are different, and some of us were chosen for certain things, so it's all not the same. And it's a different life that we have to live, but at the same time, we're all on this earth together. The thing you have to realize is we don't have to be like everybody else on this earth. The fad, the fashion, looking like everybody else, buying into the whatever it is that people, have to, be a part of the happy, shiny collective. Just be yourself. We are a peculiar people, the believers. Christianity is not a religion. It's not a denomination. It's a lifestyle. And I like it. You can do what you want to do. So if you want to be saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Spirit, you can do that. Just like, people can be whatever they want to be, right? And I know that it is different. And I know that, people probably didn't expect me, of all people, to choose this walk. But I think that sharing my life and what I think and how I feel will help other people that have chosen a similar path or the same path or whatever, however you want to say it. It'll help other people to be real and not to feel like I have to put on a perfect face or a perfect persona, because we're not perfect yet, and we're not going to be until that last roll call. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get out of here because I do have another video to film with a traveler's notebook. And I just want to say thank you, and leave some comments down below. Let me know your story. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next on this channel. I'm going through some changes. I don't know if I'm going to do more of these, if I'm going to do more of that or the other, but I would love to hear your input. I'm still striving to get that, hit that 1,000 mark. I would love for YouTube to be my absolute, career, because I really love sitting here doing this. I really do. I don't know. I just love it. I don't know why. I never thought that I would, but I love this. I really do. And I hope that God hears my prayers and just grants me this one wish, you know, that I can sit here and open up and talk to you guys and share some more of my life with you. So, yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in another video. Bye for now. Hey guys, I really appreciate your support. Go ahead and share this video out so we can reach that 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I would love to start that giveaway ASAP. So share this video out so we can reach that goal. I am super excited to tell you guys about my TY Sister Circle. We are going to meet live in person August the 1st. Get in there and go to my website, canhelp.live. You don't want to miss anything. We have got it going on. And we have already started affirmation therapy. It is wonderful. Every day we do a new affirmation and I just love it. So go to my website and check that out. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you for watching.